Is right?
Yes. So we talked about this, right? So again, we talked about the allocation, how to allocate cost, right? One way, the simple way is periodic reposting, distribution assessment. It's in the, if you go to SAP EC access menu, go to SAP menu, accounting, and you know it's controlling, right? And it goes to cost and accounting, period and closing, right? See, it's sort of irrelevance. Okay, that's how I get the single functions. In single function thing, you just repost when you want. Okay, one cost center, one cost center. That's called single function. Whereas here, allocation mean you can take from group of cost centers to group of cost center. Got it? So we looked at the periodic reposting. Okay. So basically, from period to this period, you set up this from what period to what period. You set this first. Then there's a cycle. There's something called cycle, which is your allocation cycle. What do you call this? Allocation cycle. And how does it look like? Let's take a look. Okay, the repost. Okay, that's the cycle. So go inside. I'm going to put period 1 to 12, I think. 2018, 19 maybe. Now, what does it mean, right? I'm double click here. It's going to show me what does repost cycle looks like, the allocation cycle looks like. Okay. Still opening. Is it working?
Yes, yes, yes. Sorry. I'm trying to be. You can hear me now, right?
Yeah. Okay, so this is how it looks like. Okay, you see the first segment. So in this, you attach segments. Okay, in just one cycle, you can attach multiple segments. So this is how you create it. So you create it, you put the controlling area, cycle name, start date to end date. When do you want to do this? It's basically this you will run this every month. So this is valid from 2019, from 1st to December. So January, December. Okay. It's called iterative. What is iterative? Right?
Iterative?
Yeah. So iterative means it's a repeat. Iterative means repeated. Okay, repetitive.
So is that for the every month repetitive? That's why?
No, it keeps on running until the complete
the whole year. Okay.
So what happens was within the same cost center, when it allocates, it will also receive cost. Right? Somebody's right.
Yeah.
You are a sender, but you also it could be receiver too. Then again take the cost and send it back. It's all the proportion until it becomes 0. Okay, that's called iterative. It runs repetitively until it becomes clear. And don't bother about all this. About first segment, how does it look like, right? So posted amount, sender rule. Rules, right? You want to just take a fixed amount and send it, or a fixed rate, or entire posted amount. Even a cost center, you have $100. You want to take the entire posted amount, or you want to take the percentage, like 10%, or put the amount $50, or fixed rate, right? Then out of this, what is the share? Okay, now this is center, this is receiving functions. And the receiving rows, are they doing fixed percentage or fixed amount, variable proportion? Okay, you have to play around this to understand. Okay, it is just okay. Now go to here. You mentioned who is the center. See on the top, it's a center. Here's the receiver. See, this is the cost center you're sending to, and this is the cost element. The cost is coming from here. Okay, now it's going to the group. See, it is from individual cost center. It is going to a group of cost center. Production is a group. If I double click here, it may should take me to the cost center hierarchy. See, in this production, there are 3 cost centers. 1, 2, 3. Okay. It goes to the group. Okay. There are more details. Why you can go to this function. So, for example, you can go to KCH3 and look at. You can add more cost center to it. For example, open a transaction code. I think KCH3 is the transaction. No, this is profit center hierarchy. KSH3. Yeah, cost center group. Okay, look at production. That's a group. How many cost centers I will see? All right, there are 3 cost centers. I can actually add another cost center here. Or when I create a cost center, I put this group, then the cost center will go. So what I can do, I can create another cost center and put this as a group. For example, how do you create a cost center? KS01. Right? So I'm going to create a cost center. For example, I'm going to put 700, 1004. Okay, 700, 1004. Validity 01. Always put it as everything related to cost center has a validity date. Okay, in financial accounting, there's no validity date. But here there's a validity date. Always put 999. Okay. You can create from a reference. You create from a reference. We have a cost center, you can put here. For example, you want to create copy the existing one, right? Then you can copy from here. I'm creating this. Okay, I'm going to put, let's say we call it a cost center name. What cost center should I put? Change from a cost center. Okay, user responsible. You can put somebody's name. Okay, see, wherever it's a tick is mandatory, and you know, right? Person responsible. Okay, department. This is you can put anything. Now the cost center category is important. Here where you mentioned this is a what type of cost center? Is it production? Okay, it's consulting, development, whatever. Okay, never production cost center. And hierarchy here. This is where you put the production here. Okay. Correct. Now if I create this 700,104 will go underneath because I'm creating a cost center under this production group. Under production group. Okay, business area. Let's put 001 for now. Currency, put US dollar for now. Now, every time you create a cost center, it has to pass into a profit center. That is a mapping between cost center and profit center. But every time you create a cost object, you have to have a profit center. But you can assign more than one cost center to one profit center. Okay. So I'm assigning something like note here. Okay. Now here, if you put a control tab, here you can control whether you want to post only the primary cost or secondary cost as well. Usually you don't do revenues in the cost center. Okay, never. Then you want to do planning also. Can you do? You can do this. You want to plan as well the cost center. That's fine. You can just save it. Okay, now what's going to happen now is now I go back to this the group here. Okay, there's no refresh button, but if I come back here, I will have the fourth cost center here. Okay. Oh, okay. So this hierarchy is very important, group, so that you don't have to put individual cost center, you can just create groups. Big companies, they create lots of groups for each factory, each function, each finance, there'll be like multiple hierarchies, okay, very complex hierarchy. Okay. For example, if you look at S2, okay, there's nothing there. No, there's a different controlling area. You want to change the controlling area, we go here, change the controlling area to different one. I think it's 1000. S2 is a group, I think. It's not there. Is it S2 or S3? I don't know. But anyway. Okay, so now what I'm saying is, I'm not creating anything, right? I'm just showing everything. Okay, you just can create. So this is what, now this is what happens. Okay, whenever you post to this expenses, when you run the cycle, it will take all the cost from here and post to the production. Okay. Got it? Now, how much cost do you have in this cost center? Right? There's a report you can run called KSP1, cost center report. Okay, always remember KSP1 is a cost center report. Okay. And KOB1 is an internal report. See? There's a cost center. Okay, I'm going to see how much I have for the month of March. I don't think there'll be anything unless you post. But this is how they run the report. Okay, there are a lot of nuances to this. Okay, I'm just doing very sophisticated, right? So there's nothing there. Maybe I can run a report for entire from the beginning of the year. From the okay. Let's see if there's something. There's still nothing there. But it is there, but this hide it's hidden. Look at this. I think it's hidden there. Look at this red arrow. I think it's hidden. Maybe because of the layout. This is a layout, right? I'm going to change the layout and see. It's not hidden. So put one SAP. One SAP layout is the standard layout. Yes. Maybe there's nothing there. Okay. Okay. Just nothing we can post. Okay. Anyways, this is how you run the report and see. There are a lot of reports available. You know, sometimes if the report has more number of 5,000 more entries, you have to change this to. If you're running a big volume report, you have to change this. Otherwise, you only receive 5,000 entries. Okay. Now you can, you know, we can change the layout. If you don't want some fields, you can bring those fields and remove those fields. Let's say I don't want the offsetting account. I remove this guy. So this guy will be gone. I can play on the base. I can also download this report. I can do totals, subtotals, all this good stuff. I can also upload Excel directly from here. Good?
Yep.
Okay. So now I'm going back to this reposting function. Okay. So now this is what I set it up. This is like a configuration. Now once I set it up, see they get percentage. I have 3 cost centers, but now it will not be 4 cost centers, right? We created 1. Okay. Because you have to come back. The screen it's not web. You can refresh it, right? You have to come back here. It's not because you have to change the controlling area. Remember, I put the controlling area to something else, right? I change controlling area because I put 1000 first. Now it's around 30. Okay. So now this guy, enter. Now double click. It's doing something. Now I have to go back to first segment. I go to sim tracing vector. Mass data check ended this message. You never know. Something happened because, oh yeah. So that's error log. Okay, how do you go to error log? It says you can go to extras, error log. It will tell you what's wrong with it. Primary posting to cost centers are not supported. We just created this, right? Okay, we just created this cost center. What is wrong? Because we did not check the primary posting in the cost center master when we created this. When we just created one, right? We just created this, right? I will change this. Okay, K01 is for creation. 01 for creation. 02 is for change.
Change. Okay.
I'm going to change. I'm going to control. I lock the primary cost. Okay, I'm going to remove this guy. That's why it's error.
Oh, okay.
Now I'm going to go back to this guy. Okay, come back again. Ta-da. First segment, receive a tracing factor. See, now it's there. But the percentage is 0. I'm going to change this to, it has to equally assigned, right? Right, it is 100%, right? It has to be 100%. I can change it. How do I change it? Change mode. But you can change from here. That's a different screen. So you have to change. Take the repost. Okay, this is to execute. Execute the allocation. Okay, how do you create this allocation? This cycle is somewhere here. Your manual reposting of costs. Manual. No. We can do from here too. This is execute. Report tools, current settings.
From our like end user side, so you cannot do from the end user side. I think we understood that's beyond.
This plan. No. Here, distribution. Okay. So here, this is execute plan distribution. Execute. Okay, where you create it? This is actual posting. Maybe. No, this is just group.
That comes under the configuration.
Now we can do from here.
Here
Here is the configuration. It will be here because users, they can create templates all the time. The allocation cycle, because we don't want to do configuration, because when you do configuration, it takes forever, right? To take from systems, which cost money. You have to hire a consultant to do this. These are some of the things user will be able to do this. SAP create post. What is it called? Distribution, right? Sorry. You're working on distribution, right? Yeah. Periodically posting. Okay.
From the function to the either Indian program.
reposting, right? Allocations, we versus planning, actual postings. So we are here, periodic reporting. Manual reposting of periodic displaying. Actual posting, this is manual reposting. Enter. So here also you can repost, okay, manually from this cost and old cost center to new cost center. Okay? If from old cost center, old cost element, it actually just repost. Okay, this one function.
If you give the access to any user, and you can create any custom information. Because you want to allocate the percentage for the new passenger under the production group. It's good as me once because I'm just now I'm remembering what I have learned, right? That's based on the configuration side. So here the thing is you have to allocate the percentage. That's not on the hand of end user, right?
It's end user, right? So let's say they change it quite often. This month they change for the percentage, next month they put different percentage.
So any user can change the percentage.
Of course.
Right?
Who controls?
That's what my question is. Like, that thing should be done by the consultant,
No.
right?
No.
They just
No, end user.
Okay. Let's see.
Here.
Hi.
Okay. Repose.
So this is create, right? I'm going to change.
Let's repose, right?
Periodic reposting, yeah.
Please trust me once.
Here. Okay.
Okay.
You go to the scene tracing factor and change the percentage.
So
It has to be 100%. Okay. Okay.
one more time, please.
So this is a transportable object.
That's why it's showing the configuration thing,
Right.
right?
Yes.
Okay. Because I remember that I did from another screen.
Right.
That's why like I was talking that.
So this is a transportable object only in this test system.
Any end user can change the proportion.
Yeah.
You can do that too. On based on your favorable thing, right?
Mhm.
You can manipulate the data as well, like the cost.
No, percentage, who decides the percentage, right? It's a finance function. It is not a configuration, right? Configuration is existing settings. Okay. The end user creating new cost center. There's a new cost center. What would they do? Yeah, they usually put. That's why they create a group. As long as you create in the group, you're good. Sometimes they create new group.
So at that time, you need a
So here, this is the different periodic repository. So here, different distribution, same thing, different distribution, different assembly. They are the same process, but only the difference is between the interview question always is, what's the difference between distribution and assessment? They will always ask you, what's the difference between distribution and assessment? Okay, so in assessment, you can also allocate secondary cost. In distribution, you cannot. That's one example. Okay, primary cost. So when I receive a cost, I cannot allocate it. Know what I'm saying, right? You are sending cost to me. You are sending primary cost to secondary cost. I'm receiving it. That becomes secondary cost, right? I cannot take this cost and allocate to somebody in distribution. So they control it, because then I will throw the cost to somebody, right?
Then what's the use of distribution?
That's why they don't want you to allocate cost again to somebody. Okay, you are the receiver, just keep it. Secondary cost assessment means, okay, I'm sending the cost to you. Then you can send the cost to somebody.
No, hold on. I'm get confused. You said the secondary cost always you receive. Somebody give you the cost.
Correct. Right. The cost I didn't incur, the cost coming from somebody is called secondary cost.
But here, like distribution is, you say like that, the secondary cost, you cannot allocate anything. That is distribution, right?
Correct.
Okay. And assessment, is that we are working on the same, that cost, secondary cost for the assessment?
Correct. Secondary is the same, but assessment can also distribute the secondary cost.
Okay.
The reason was, okay, again, what's your goal in the company, right? What is, you have to allocate the cost. You have to allocate the cost to the responsible accounting. Who is responsible for? Right. So lots of companies, especially big companies like Nestle, they have a profit and loss statement by product. By product. So you go and get the coffee mate. Can you get the coffee mate? I can go get it. Sorry.
Oh, actually need it. So I thought you were giving example.
No, I'm actually giving an example.
Okay.
So, right, this is Nestle coffee mate, right? There's a batch number here. If you see here,
Batch number.
this is serial number. Okay, this is the product number. If I have Nestle system, I can show you. This is the material master. Okay, it says coffee mate. Okay, this is a final product. So what happens was, this is a batch number, 9034559003, right? This is a batch number. 935 could be a packing code. How the product recall happens? In a product recall, right? Recall.
Yeah.
Yeah. How does the product recall happen? So, like
something wrong, and then
Chipotle, right? They were
about to close
because of E. coli, right? There's a E. coli infection in the chicken meat.
Yeah.
Right. Right. It happens all the time, right? My Dodge Challenger was recalled, and they sent me a letter. Hey, you got to take to the nearest dealer and fix your.
Yeah, exactly.
How do they know I won this car? Right? How do they know exactly I won this car, right? Only 2014, that specific model, that specific batch that came out of the factory has this problem. They traced me down in 2019 and said, sending me a letter. Oh, right? Similarly, if you go to, and all the product recalls happen all the time, especially consumer goods. In India, that doesn't happen, never happen. In the US,
they don't do it, even they have.
Right?
Yeah.
From the poultry, from the farm, if there's a disease or something, they will tell, hey, these are the stores we're going to recollect the product. How exactly they know? Southern California, this 50 stores don't sell this, we will recall. Right? Why? Because of the batch number. And the fact, when they come out of the factory, they have a batch number. Right?
So they know where it went, right?
Correct.
With it, yeah.
Even when the purchase order, if you go to purchase order, there's a batch number. When you buy, you create a batch number so that you keep track of it. Okay, so this batch number you're putting into production, and that whole finished goods will be spoiled, and you supply to somebody. When you come out of the factory, they all have a batch number. Then you can track. This is the batch number. Hey, all this batch number has problem. That they go to distribution center. Distributor will track all the batch number. Where did it go? Well, these are the stores we supply. Collect them. Right now, you know it's cost about $3 or $4, $5. And what is the cost for this, right? Nestle could say this costs about 30 cents. Yeah. How could they do it? Everything in mass production, how they do it, right?
Mhm.
That is what they allocate cost to. Every damn cost they'll allocate to your product. Okay. ISIT cost, overheads, distribution, product, shipping, handling, picking, whatnot. Anything they will allocate to the product. At the end of the day, this is your sales.
Yeah.
Right? This is where your money come from. And your vice president of sales, line of business, he makes $50 million sales. Great. Do you think he get the bonus? No. How do you get the profit? How do you get the profit, right? You have to have the cost. Detail level. That is how Nestle used to do it. Very complex. Can you imagine? Right? It's very complex. A lot of cost. Manufacturing, how they allocate manufacturing costs? A lot of drivers. Right? They take the sales data, monthly sales data, how much goods shipped, okay, how much we spent for the warehouse, labor, all this cost of goods sold, cost of goods manufactured, a lot of things go into the picture. Heavy process, takes 3-4 days to just run the process. There'll be a team of people working with it. And why it's so important, right? Otherwise, you wouldn't know which is making profit, which is making loss. Right? Now, that is why the assessment is important, because I am receiving the cost, I can allocate to the product end of the day. Right? Distribution is usually for overheads, like insurance and stuff like that. But they will also allocate this product. Most of the time, that's why companies don't use distribution. Okay, they use cost center assessment. Sorry, assessment, because that's how you empty the cost center balances, right? You still keep the balance. Okay, so for where you cannot allocate, they'll just use distribution. But however, you're not supposed to use distribution, right? Why would they just leave the cost there? Right, so you got it. So that's why I use assessment distribution. Okay, now in the distribution, that's another exam, another in the report. Yes, they have balance. Actually, in fact, they're not supposed to have balance. They're not supposed to have. That's why I'm saying some companies where they don't have a COPA, product costing, sorry, COPA, right? What is COPA?
Profitability analysis.
Yes, profitability analysis. In the profit, where companies have profitability analysis, they will allocate all the cost to the product, because your profit COPA is used for P&L reporting by product, by customer, by different division, distribution channel, by sales area, by organization, by region, by product hierarchy, group hierarchy, customer hierarchy, brand, everything. Okay, by brand, by whatever, they can create any characteristics and allocate the product based on a group CAO sitting in headquarters, right? They doesn't want to know, right, how much tax is paid, and they all want to know how much my product will perform, right, by region. They just push the button and they get the report. Okay, the COP is powerful too. It's very powerful, it's very complex. So in those situations, they use assessment because I get the cost now, secondary cost, I can allocate to my final product. Okay, that's the difference. And then also, that is the difference was in the reporting side. In the distribution, you will see who is sending, who is receiving. Okay, right? What is the primary cost? What is the secondary cost? In assessment, because it's iterative, you don't really use the primary cost element, use a secondary cost element. They call it assessment cost element. Okay, that will take the cost. Okay, and the secondary cost element, cost carriers, they carry cost from this cost center to group of cost centers. So you lose the visibility of where the cost come from. Get the point? Okay, because you don't want to keep track because it's going to go anywhere, everywhere, right? So you lose the track. When I go to receive the cost center, I run the report. I don't know where they come from. I only see one secondary cost element. That's the cost carrier. No? Understand? That is what they use. This is very, ever since I've been giving interview, this is the question they ask. Right? Got it? Okay. It closes overhead cost management. Okay. Digest is the curve, right? Good, right? Digest this information. Once you were think, then you makes everything easier. Okay, then you post, you ask questions. Hey, what is the function area? What is the business area? Right? You feel like you're running a company, you're a product owner, right? Because you're going to support the product owner and accountant. You should think like that. Okay. Now we will take a break, go for lunch, and then come back and do the classic GL, new GL, SAP HANA. Classic GL, new GL, suit and HANA, S4 HANA. Okay, overview. Okay.
Okay. About the interview, tell me about yourself thing.
Yeah.
Completed.
Yeah.
We will do first that one and then we'll go other.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes. So you have the printout ready, right?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, keep next to it, like always. If you don't have wear a glass, my recommendation is Skype interview, wear a glass.
Okay.
If you don't wear a glass, if you don't habitually wear, just wear a glass.
Okay.
People can see your eyes. They cannot see your eyes, right? You can roll your eyeballs.
Glass, like a reading glass, they can see it.
Reading glass. You can wear reading glass.
Okay.
Yeah, see through, but again, there's a shade and all this stuff, right? They can really, you don't rotate your eyeballs like that, right?
Okay, we can see it
just
early.
in case if you're looking around, I know. And also have a pen and pencil next to you. Take notes, always.
Okay.
When you take notes, you could do this, right?
Right.
You don't have to look like a machine there, right? Right? Always do this. Okay, and even keep a water bottle next to you, all this stuff. And the very important for you guys, when you go to a project, carry a notebook, okay? Carry a pencil, always water bottle. Always take a water bottle in next to you. That shows you are consultant. Always carry a water bottle.
Why a water bottle? I do. I have to take a water bottle.
That's what I was telling this girls here.
But why the water bottle? I drink lots. That's why I take it because
it tells you that you're very comfortable.
Okay.
It tells you that in that environment you're very comfortable, right? You're prepared. Right?
Okay.
I will always do that, right? Now, if you just show up there and you feel like tense, right?
Exactly.
You're sending to the chopping block or the gallows, right? Waiting to be chopped down. If you carry all this, people feel like, right? When people call you, hiring manager, take always a paper and pencil and go. Not a paper, scribbling pad. Whatever he says, take notes. Okay?
Yeah.
Always take notes. That is written. Just write down. You can carry. No. I wouldn't suggest that. Yeah.
What?
Because he doesn't know, right? What you're typing there.
What's he said?
He said, why paper and pen? You can also take laptop.
Oh.
You can. But again,
you have to have, exactly.
He doesn't know what you're typing. Maybe you're typing something in Facebook.
You don't want to take a laptop in there a couple days, unless meeting they ask
because he's not going to show you in the laptop. Okay.
Exactly.
He's going to give you notes. He's going to give you he's going to ask you more than that, right? Always take a notebook and a pen and What about it? That shows that you are prepared. Okay, you are a consultant, you worked before.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, I'm so hungry. Stop recording.